Thank you, Mr. President. You know, once again today, I hate to say it, but the other side of the aisle has been trying to play partisan politics in a very serious situation in which they seem to totally ignore the fact that General Motors has declared bankruptcy. This is the second of the big three that have declared bankruptcy. If there is any industry that has defined Michigan at its very core, it has been the automobile industry. And we have a very serious situation on our hands. The future of the state of Michigan, as we have known it, is going to be changing dramatically. And I have asked for some of the legislation that we had put up for today to be postponed until the fall. And I think that is more than appropriate in light of the circumstances over this yesterday and over the last few weeks. I'd also like to remark that certain people have tried to say that the Senate needs to be working on a smoking ban. The Senate did work on a smoking ban and passed through a complete smoking ban last year, and it was the House of Representatives that failed to take that up. So if you're concerned about people's health, why don't you go and talk to the members of the Michigan House of Representatives and ask them why they are not concerned about the health of the workers in the casinos. But I digress, because we do have a very serious problem on our hands. The bankruptcy of General Motors and Chrysler is having a dramatic impact upon our budget. The tens of thousands of people that will be laid off in Oakland County itself is just staggering. I heard numbers this morning. We're talking about 100,000 workers in Oakland County alone. Folks, we have a budget that we're going to be grappling with to try and balance. And I know that the chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee, as well as the other subcommittee chairmen, have been working diligently and working overtime in order to try and figure out how we prioritize which items in the budget that must be preserved. And the government is not going to be able to give everything to everybody by any stretch of the imagination. The government will have to pare down. The government will have to cut back, and cut back significantly. And to keep coming up with little political games, even though those issues are important, I think they go to the point of being little political games in light of the budget situation that we're facing. And I don't know about you, but I would guess that most of you are in the same position that I'm in, where I have family members and friends that are dramatically impacted by what happens at General Motors. I've had uncles that have worked for General Motors for decades. I've had my own brother, two brothers have worked for General Motors. I've got brother-in-laws that are now wondering if their jobs are still going to be there. And folks, this is no time to be trying to play partisan political games. This is a time for everybody in the legislature to come together to say, how can we best meet the needs of the people of the state of Michigan with very, very limited dollars? And I would ask that we try and work together instead of trying to play political games. And I ask that my remarks be printed in the Journal.